I love the show too.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I did definitely this is your girl Marilyn Monroe with the Culture Club and Culture Club Confidential. And tonight I have my brother in rap with me is K Quick, DMB's one and only K Quick.
Yeah, yeah. What's
And
happening?
and off the top, we vibing because you come through with the black and red, and I have the black and red.
Hey, this must be a Maryland thing. Do you know
It's
that's
a
our colors and whatnot?
yes, yes, it is. So tonight he's joining us for the very first episode of uh, 21 Questions, Culture Club Edition. These questions
Ooh,
are a few of them are core questions we're going to ask everybody that comes onto the podcast or the conversation, but quite a few of them are custom to my brother in rap, K Quick. So you ready?
I'm ready. I didn't realize I was the first episode. Let's get
You the
it.
first of yeah. What we have to do it big, right?
Hey, hey, it's an honor. I appreciate you even
All right.
considering me to be the first one. That's dope.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna do a temp check. First question: how are you mentally?
I'm good. I'm actually very good. I've been taking over the past few years. I've been taking the necessary steps to make sure that I got everything upstairs right. That's one. I'm an advocate of mental health. And I'm open about like my trials and tribulations. If anybody follows me on my social media or just listens to my music, I'm very open about it. So, but as of the present day, I have no complaints. I'm good.
Awesome. So let's follow that up because I had a different question next, but let's follow that up. Let's talk about your song Circle, and that's featuring Adonis Progress. And I just
Hmm.
love, like, I love,
PDF.
love that song.
Thank
Tell
you.
me about the background of creating that song.
Well, it's literally because for one, I basically write my life, and for real, I wrote that song when I was going through things mentally. That's basically what the song is about. It was about my mental health. It was about like I'm in this never ending circle of just mental trauma. So it's like no matter how much progression I feel like I'm getting, it's like I'm moving in a circle. I'm not going any further. It's just I can move away from it, but I loop right back around to end up right where I was trying to get away from. And my bro Adonis, shout out to Adonis Progress, Beast Bars of Faith,
Yeah,
we in here. So I hit him up to get on the hook. He heard my verse, and he shot back a hook that was completely perfect, man.
I
It
love it.
was perfect. Yep. And there's actually two, because have you seen the music video?
Yes, I have.
So there's
I
actually
love the
two.
beginning.
Thank you. There's actually two versions of the music video. There's like the original version, which is an extended cut. Both of them are up on YouTube, but there's like an extended cut of the video, and there's like a more um there's a less graphic, more marketable version of the video. Both of them speak to what I'm all about. Like the one that everybody has seen that has the all the views and all that good stuff. That's basically about that promotes mental health as a whole. But
Yeah.
the original video depicted a suicide attempt. You know, if you
Mm.
it depicted a suicide attempt, so it was more so about suicide awareness. And at the end of the video, of both videos, um, I have the suicide hotline number pop up. So that's and the message is basically there's always somebody you can talk to. There's always somebody who understands. So that's why I decided to have the last thing people see, that number.
That
That
reminder.
number that can, yeah,
Yeah.
they just need that reminder, man.
I love
So
it.
yeah.
Like that, I play it at least once a week. Like I play
Oh.
it at least, yes. That's but we can get into that later. But next question is tell me where you're from without telling me where you're from.
Well, I put mambo sauce on everything.
Okay. You so pretty. You so pretty. You
And
so
I love snickerdoodles.
okay.
See,
Okay.
is that a good answer?
That's a perfect answer. Perfect. If you know, you know. If you
If
know,
you
you know.
know, you know.
That's it. The next question. This is the fourth question.
Mhm.
Money, power, or respect?
Mm. Well, it's got to be respect because money and power comes with that. You know, if you got, because that's an important thing that I live by. Respect. You know,
Hmm.
you show it, you get it, and
That's
all
real.
that other stuff. The power and the money comes with that.
That's real.
So,
That's real. Okay.
hmm
Next question is, who is your biggest cheerleader? Who is your biggest, the person that's cheering you on the most?
my father, my father is my biggest cheerleader. You know, when I will say this, whatever passion that I had, especially like for one, when he saw how locked in I am with this music, he did everything he could to show that he supported me. Like
Yeah,
me and him, like this studio I'm in right now, me and him built this
I
together.
remember. I
Yeah,
remember.
see, you remember, you were
Hmm.
there. So
Yep.
me and him built this. You know, he is one of my biggest supporters, one of my biggest motivators. You know, him, my mother, my brother. You know, there's a whole lot of people who claim that they're my biggest cheerleader, but I would say the one who the main one who invested in me first was my father.
That's what's up.
Hmm.
So,
Definitely. I
I
love my
love it.
pop. Shout out to my father. Love you, pop.
Shout out to K Quick Dad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Papa Quick.
Papa Quick. Papa Quick.
There you go.
Okay, so with that said, we can kind of keep it on that street. What is the best advice someone has ever given you?
Oh, why you do this to me? There's a whole lot. There's a lot of advice I was given. Oh, I gotta really ponder on that one. Um, mm.
You want to spin
It's
into
hard.
it?
It's hard. Well, no, I'm gonna answer it. It's just
Okay.
hard to narrow down one thing. If I had to, I'll probably give you a couple things because they're kind of all right. So, all right. So, one of the one of the best things that I've learned for one, you waste that you can waste too much time trying to fit in, you know,
Mhm.
and that was one of my mistakes for a majority of my upbringing, you know, because like I said, I used to get bullied and all that stuff and so on and so forth, and I spent a lot of time trying to fit in over here, over there, until I just said, "F it," you know. I know I'm different. I know I'm weird, and I'ma just carve this lane right here. And for one, so the only thing people can do is they can jump in this lane and try to adapt over here, or just stay over there. Cause I'm
That's
good right here. I'm
that's
good
right.
right over here. So that's probably I'll say that that's probably one of the best things that I've learned. It wasn't really that wasn't really advice. Because a person didn't tell me, but life taught me that.
That's
You know,
right.
life taught me that. So if so, so maybe that was just a message from God that was sent to me. So that was probably one of the greatest things that I learned that affected me for the better.
Yes. Yes. I love it. You created your own lane.
Yeah, I'm still in it.
Amen. I
I'm
love it.
staying in it. I'm right there.
Excited, excited. So,
Yeah.
what is your most used rule of business, of your empire, your business, everything that you stand for? What is one of the main rules you go by?
In business, my main rule is simply the term that was drilled in my head when I studied business ethics, which is the term is business. That's my main rule, So, in other words, because like this is the thing. Because I remember back in college when I had because I had to take business courses and all that good stuff. My first business class, my instructor would open up the class every day saying, all right, everybody, remember, business is still business. Business is business. It was written on the board. That was the first thing we saw, the first thing we heard, last thing we saw before we leave.
Mm,
Out of all of the things that he taught us, our final was to write a 3 page or however many page essay about what the term business is business means.
mm-hmm.
So that's the most important thing in business because that means, all right, take me and you, Mocha. Me and you have a personal relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if we're doing business, that personal relationship got to stay at the door because now we're business associates doing business.
That's right.
Like we not gonna bring our personal relationship into a venture that we're working on. You know,
That's right.
after this meeting is adjourned, and we step from this table, we can be friends again.
That's
But
right.
we bosses talking right now. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? So you're never supposed to mix personal with business. Business with pleasure. However you want to spin it. All of that is not supposed to go together because I've seen in personal experiences with my own eyes business fall flat or relationships get completely destroyed, both
Yes.
business wise and personally, because people decided to mix the two and
Yes.
they didn't know how to separate it. You know,
Yes. I
y'all
agree.
they do business, but also they got a personal relationship, but they bring the personal relationship into the business. And now total combustion. So
Yes.
that so that term business is business is the most important thing to me because that is the first thing you have to understand if you want to do any type of business whatsoever, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's just a transaction or whether it's you owning a business or whether you are collaborating with somebody, any business whatsoever, you know,
Yes.
because not everybody is meant to have a personal relationship and not everybody is meant to nobody is equipped to be a business associate. So
True.
there's people who you can have a fantastic business rapport with.
Yes.
Fantastic. Do business all day long, but you'll never get with them like on a random Saturday to hang out or nothing like that because our
Mm-hmm.
relationship is better off, doing business.
And one, yep.
And yeah, and there's friends who you can't do business with. you know, there's family you can't do business with. so, so that's the most important thing to me.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So if you had a color that you had to wear every single day, what color would that be?
Red, 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 red. That is my favorite color. I don't need you to finish that question. It's red.
And look at the labels that we have here. You got some
See,
red
she knew I was
labels.
coming today.
I
She knew
knew.
I
I
was coming.
knew. I peeped it. You know I know. So
Yeah.
question number 9. What is your theme song that plays in your head when you get fresh?
When I get fresh, oh my gosh. It depends on what kind of fresh I'm getting.
Correct.
Because, oh, let me let me think. Cause dang, now see, now man, because I got a few theme songs. All right, I know what song it is. I got a few of them. So some of them are my songs. I'll give you a playlist, the Get Fresh playlist. Firstly, let's go with the ones that are not my songs. I will say, for one, So Fresh, So Clean, the Outcast, you know
Yes.
that joint. Um, Players Ball, Outcast, they got a whole lot of Get Fresh
Yes.
joints though. I ain't gonna hold you. And Curtis Mayfield, Pushing Man, you know, love that
Yes.
joint. You know? And yeah, that was the first trap song.
Yes.
That's facts though. And then I ain't gonna front. There's this song by K Quick called Playerism that I like playing when I get
Okay.
fresh. You know. Then there's another song by K Quick called Say Less I like playing when I get fresh.
You get real fresh. Yes.
So those are just a few of them. I got a whole, like I said, I'd be here most of the night listing a whole bunch of songs I like playing, but those are just a few off top of my head though.
Okay. So, with that said, to follow that up, what do you have another alter ego besides Kate Quick?
I don't have alter egos. I have personalities, you
Okay.
know, and I have a lot of them. Anybody who knows of me, who is very very close to me, has probably seen every single one of them. I have about 16 now. I only had about 12 when you first met me, like 11 or 12 when you first met me, but a
Okay.
few more. But I will say the most notable one that anybody who's an OGK Quick fan knows of. They know of a personality of mine that goes by the Villain in the White Mask. That's his name, Villain in the White Mask. So for those who follow me, anytime you see me with a half mask
Yeah.
on,
Uh-huh.
that's Villain. You
That's
know,
like, what is it? Like Phantom of the Opera.
it gets he inspired. I will say he inspired he's the one who kind of brought the lookout that mask type, because
Yeah.
I actually got custom made masks now that give the half a face. All right, so I will say how he presented himself to me, because for real, he was always there because he represents. Because all right, he's probably the most strongest of the personalities because he represents the dark side. It's good side, bad side. Everybody got the bad side. That's him. He represents my trials, tribulations, pain, anger, all that stuff. He is every bit of that, and he presented himself to me when I was at some of my lowest points. He probably, like I said, I didn't realize he didn't tell me his name until I was about 17, but he was always there. Just
Mm-hmm.
didn't know his name. When I was about 17, he just said, something just popped out the corner of my head and said, "What's up, man? My name's Villain in the White Mask. You'll know why soon." And then when I was 17 in my art class in high school, ironically, we were talking about like the history of mask and all that stuff. And now I don't remember if the color came to me first or the mask came to me first, but the color white stuck out to me because, granted, a white is like a blank canvas. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? It's like you don't know what that's going to be. It's kind of like an unsure color. I just kind of gravitated to that color for some reason and had no clue why. But then I went somewhere and saw the Phantom Mask, and the Phantom Mask was white. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that's me.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw it, because it's half and half. It represents
Yeah.
half of me. So when we created the mask in the art class, it's matter of fact, I got the mask I'm talking about is right up there.
You got the mask?
Yeah, it's right up there. But
Okay.
it's the one I made in my art class. I still have it. So
Oh wow. Okay. So it's not the one from the video.
I
The
got I got a whole, but yeah, I got the ones from the video. I got every mask that you see me, every mask that you see me wear, I have. They're not in
okay.
here, but the first carnation, the first vision of me in that art class, what they did is my art teacher helped me make a mold of my face.
Oh
So,
wow.
and I just packed clay in there and once it hardened, you take that off, and it looks just like me,
Wow.
So, and then I just carved out like something that looked like half of a mask, and then we put it in the kiln. When it came out, I just got as close to my skin color as I could, and the mask just ended up being white. That's what all I could, because when that side of me started talking to me, like I seen him. I didn't even just hear him. I seen him, and I just created what he looked like. That was my first time actually creating him, or not even creating him, or like, you know, I just literally created what I saw when he presented himself to
Right.
me. So,
Okay.
that's probably the most notable personality that everybody knows, and they like. And when I do songs, they love when he comes out, because that's like the bar heavy, go for your neck type
Yeah. Very
person. That,
impressive. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
very aggressive, very
Yes.
aggressive.
Very aggressive. All
So,
right. So on a lighter note, what's on your cookout plate?
what's on my cookout plate? Ugh.
Cookout plate.
All right, so mambo sauce,
Of course.
mambo sauce,
Of course.
mambo sauce,
Okay.
and a side of chicken.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah, that's like so. Yeah, but nah, for real, mambo sauce is there. But for real, I love the barbecue chicken. You know, love the mac and cheese. Love the mac and cheese. Need to get that. Love the green beans. I love that stuff there. You know what else? Oh, I love bring the fish over too. I love that too.
Okay.
So whew, did I say mambo sauce already?
You said mambo.
So yeah.
So we're more than halfway there. How? Well, I guess I can't ask you that because that's a question, and I don't want to waste it. So,
Wow, we're almost halfway there. We're halfway there already. Goodness gracious.
yes. So, who's your favorite artist? Like, who is the your favorite most? I mean, I know you have a few, but who's your favorite?
He's actually hanging up right in front of me right now. I have a photo of him hanging up in front of me, and that's Michael Jackson. You know, Michael Jackson is probably that was the first music I got into myself, like by myself. Michael Jackson is the reason I know how to dance. He's the reason I really, aside from my father, he's the other reason I really fell in love with the artistry of music and the art of performing. Like I said, he's the reason I know how to dance and the reason I know how to sing, because I was like 2, 3 years old running around the house singing Jackson 5 songs and all that stuff. Now I'm showing my age a little bit, but
Just a little. Just a little.
I had my first albums that I had were on cassettes, cassette tapes. Now this was now grant even if it now granted I got these with like wait now granted I was very very young when I got these. I had to have been like 3 or 4, and I wore these tapes out. So this was because granted around this time that's when everybody was slowly going over to CDs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I had 2 albums. I had the Jackson 5 Greatest Hits, and I had the Bad album.
Okay.
I had the Bad album, and I guess that's probably now he's probably the main reason why when I sing now everybody compares me to MJ, because me and him have the same vocal register.
Yeah.
Like I have a very high voice
Reach those same.
that can reach those notes.
Yeah.
Not everybody can reach that, but
No.
obviously, but apparently,
Yes.
I have the kind of voice that can reach those notes.
Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
One word to describe reparation.
One word to describe reparation, huh?
Just one. It's flow.
Just one. One word to describe reparation:
Yes.
robbery.
I love that. That's gonna be a quote from today's conversation.
I'm with that.
Okay.
That's the only thing that pops in my head. So
Got that. That's gonna be a quote that Okay, that's gonna be a culture
Hmm.
club quote that goes in the books. So
Let's go. It's for the
let's go.
culture.
All right, so we've discussed this a bit in the beginning of our conversation of the 21 questions. So let
Hmm.
me see if you just with it, you quick with it. What is Biggie's seventh of the 10 crack commandments?
Oh my gosh! Why are you doing this to me? I feel so ashamed because I love that song, but I ain't heard it in a brick.
We
Oh,
discussed
you slick! Oh, I feel so ashamed right now because
don't
I know all. Because like, why I can name like, bruh, why am I thinking of all the other ones, but the seventh one is blank, making me blank. Oh, you may have got me today because this is the thing. You got me right now because I can guarantee you the contents of my pocket as soon as we get off of this. Oh, as soon as we get off this live here, this recording, I'm gonna say number seven is like it's gonna pop in my head and I'm gonna be so upset.
but we discussed it earlier. You really hit it earlier in our conversation to
Oh, ooh.
question. So it's ironic that you said that in the beginning, and then of course the seventh crack commandment is keep your money and your business and your business.
Oh, dang it. I went through a whole spiel about that. All right. Excuse me, I'm gonna find the nearest bridge to jump off real quick. Nah, nah, because I feel so ashamed. That's like the easiest one.
No, but that's
I,
really
I
tough.
remember all the hard ones in the song, but the easiest one I don't get.
Yeah,
That's I
you
feel so
mentioned it
ashamed. All
earlier.
right,
You mentioned it earlier when it's business. You mentioned that you
yeah,
made it clear. So
I
now,
did. So
yeah.
that's another reason why I'm so upset. All right, anybody listening to this, please stricken that question from the records. Please, that didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Okay, so I know you haven't missed this, but what is your definition of a power couple? Everyone has their own definition, but what is your definition of a power couple?
A power couple is a couple that have the same agenda, the same goal intact. They both have the same end goal. Meaning if they both hungry, they both are striving for the same. They both have a plan. They both have a goal, and they're both going to do whatever they have to do with each other and for each other to get to that goal.
That's right.
So it's like it's like yeah, pretty much they tag team partners. They
That's
tag team partners. So that's pretty much that. Every like it's almost like they're so fixated on the same objective to get the job done. They thinking the same. They have the same
that
mind almost.
they're in sync. Yes.
They're thinking the same.
Yes. So many people have
Like,
different like definitions.
hmm
But yeah, good. Okay.
yeah, it's like if she thinks of an idea, I probably already started working on it, and
That's
vice
right.
versa. So,
I love it. So we're gonna say this. Let's take it back a bit. Um, Nino or G Money?
huh?
Nino or G Money?
Dang. This is like drink champs when they can't choose, they just take a shot.
You can take well, you got a shot, take a
Well,
shot.
I don't drink, but I'll sip this water on that
Oh,
one.
absolutely. Okay. I take that. So
I'll sip.
let me let you do this next question, which is I want you to go ahead and um shout out your biggest flex, your biggest accomplishment, achievement. Give me your one of your many flex. Go ahead and flex on them real fast.
I have all right. So the flex I'm going to do today is probably not one that you all are or that you'd expect from me because I know everybody's gonna probably some people are probably gonna say the awards or the you know talk about this wall behind me who I've worked with. And granted that is a flex, those are blessings. I'm
Yeah.
honored. I'm honored to because I don't really brag about myself a lot because like when I look at things like that, they humble me. You know, they humble me. Like I'm literally like my OG, my mentor is somebody who made me want to start rapping. So I mean, I look at that as a blessing. But one thing that is a blessing that I won't necessarily brag about, but one of the main things that is the most rewarding to me that keeps me going is all right, so story time.
Okay.
So a couple years back, years and years and years and years back, um because there's a I have a friend who she has Middle Eastern heritage and all that good stuff. And I think she has family over in the what the like the Palestine or like wherever that big war was going on. I want to say it's the Palestine. So
Yeah.
yeah. So and she got me hip to a whole lot of things. I've seen things that they won't show on the news that are so horrific. It'll have I can guarantee you, Marilyn, it'll have you in tears. So
Wow.
I went over her house one time. Well, firstly, she told me that she has a cousin over there. She has a cousin over there that's a huge fan of me, because she kept sending them links to my music videos and so on and so forth. And she couldn't express enough how big of a fan he was of me. And I went over her house one day because she said she wanted me to come over her house on the day that she was on Skype or whatever with him. So
Mm-hmm.
I came over her house while they were speaking in Arabic or their native tongue. I
Yeah.
don't want to get the name of the language wrong,
Right.
but they were speaking in their native tongue. So but anyway, she told me to sit. She just signaled for me to come and sit down next to her. So I sat down next to her while they were talking. And keep in mind, when this guy it was probably like in the afternoon where we were early afternoon, and it's like 3 or 4 in the morning over there where he
Yeah.
is. He's not sleeping because he has at night he has to kind of stay on the ground, you know, because stray bullets may fly through his house. He hears like bombs and all these things going off like like next door from him and down the street and all this kind of stuff. But anyways, they're over there, and he's like he's in a living hell basically at this point. And he's over there, they're crying, he's crying and so on and so forth, but he's happy to see her and all that stuff. And but anyways, I sat down next to her, and then she because he speaks a little bit of English. He speaks some English too. So when she does speak English, he can understand. um it's broken, but he can
Yeah.
understand though. But she basically said, "Oh, um, you remember the music artist that you like, and that I showed you his music videos." He's like, "Oh yeah, K." He's like he's like in his accent, he's like, "Oh yeah, K Quick, I love him, yeah, K Quick," and all that stuff. And she just said, and then she turned the computer around and saw me, and then his face just lit up and like just started like jumping up and down and smiling and all that kind of stuff, and so on and so forth. And
Mm-hmm.
then I started talking to him, and he was telling me how much he loved me and all that stuff. And I had just dropped a new music video that he didn't see yet. So we sent him the link to the music video, and he was watching it like while we were watching him, and he started like dancing, doing all this stuff. So this is the thing, this man is living in an absolute hell right now, and him talking to me took him out of that.
Mm.
Him listening to my new song took him out of that. He's smiling, he's dancing right now, but he has to sleep and stay low to the ground in the middle of the night. He can't even sleep at night, but he has a big smile on his face when he talks to me.
Yes.
That right there is the most rewarding thing that I get from doing what I do. To me, that's what keeps me going. So all these accolades and all these achievements, nothing beats moments like that. That's
Absolutely.
stuff like that is priceless, and I get choked up thinking about things like that all the time. But like, that's those are the things that I experience that mean the most to me.
Awesome. That is
Hmm.
beautiful.
Hmm.
And honestly, I'm honest with you. I knew you wouldn't say anything that was showboat,
Hmm.
because your work speaks for itself. I mean, you've done music with Bone Thugs and Harm. Like,
Hmm.
you've done so much, and I knew you would not mention any of those things.
Hmm.
I didn't know this story, but I knew you wouldn't mention any of those things. So,
Yeah.
so definitely, that's respect, really.
Well, yeah, because like anytime somebody asks me a question like that, you know, those are the moments, that I like talking about because those are the types of things that need the attention. You
Yeah,
know, those are the types of these are the types of people and these are the types of struggles that
that
people
matters.
need to be aware of that matter.
Yeah,
So I
I
mean,
love
when you say what's my biggest flex, like I didn't even think of speaking of none of that other stuff, because I can't even because like for one, I'm not really a brag type of
it.
dude. I'm not. I'm really not. So like I said, I get humbled by all the great things that happen to me, but like the things that motivate me the most is what I can do for other people.
That's what's up. I
Hmm.
love, I love it.
Hmm.
Okay. Hey, Shay, Rockwalla Mom. Thank you all for joining us tonight. This is my brother in Brad K. Quick. And he is doing a 21 questions with us, and we're at the very tail end. We have three more questions. Can you believe? Well, I can't ask you that because that's a question.
We can slide a bonus one in there.
Actually, I have a bonus one. So, no,
Oh,
we can
see.
finish it. Okay. So, what is your favorite time of year?
Halloween. I love Halloween.
I believe it.
I just love Halloween for some reason. Halloween just has a very special place in my heart because for one, I love that time of year. That's top of hoodie season. I
Yeah.
love October. I love the fall because I'm a nature boy. I'm a country kid. I love when the leaves change because I'm outside all the time anyway. It's just something about that time of year. And the
Yeah.
whole all the Halloween festivities. I love that. And of
Yeah.
course there's other times of year that I love. There's of course there is, of course, like everybody loves Christmas time and so on and so forth, but it's something about Halloween that
Oh,
just brings a
mm,
grin on my face.
okay. Does it bring the? Oh no, that's a question I can't ask
Oh,
you.
hey, I almost caught you.
That almost got me. What inspires you?
I think I might have answered that question. All right, so I will say life inspires me. You know, that's if it wasn't for the life I live, I don't know, I wouldn't have I would everything I created, whether it be music, whether it be film, work, whether it be photography, I wouldn't be inspired to do any of those things. So literally, because I'm a life artist, basically. You
I like.
know, So that's basically what inspires me.
Okay. What can we expect from you in the future?
My best.
I love that. You are so. I, that's why you my brother. I love,
That's what you can expect from me. Anything you see from me, just know I did my best.
I love that.
Hmm.
Okay. And
Yes, indeed.
how the last question is, this is a 21, the 21st or the 21 question, the end of everything. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for the 21st question. That's dope.
Right. So give me a verse from my favorite song, Circle.
I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
Well, give me a verse.
All
Give
right,
me
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I always repent if there was anything that I had possibly did on my end that could have exasperated the situation that was leading me over the edge. I would then pray that my heavenly Father would forgive me because I'm only a man made in His image. And now this conundrum is something I'm hoping I will understand sooner than later. If I get out of it now, I know that I'll be back again.
I love it.
Woo!
I love
Yeah,
it.
that one.
That yes.
Yeah,
If you guys that are tuning in have not already looked into K Quick's catalog of songs and just what he's written and anything that he's done, because like he said, he does his best. Please look to the song Circle. It's on YouTube. Actually, go ahead and drop your info, how they can find you, all that good stuff.
of course. Well, if you look at my title right there, right here, that's where you can follow me, the real K Quick, everywhere. The website is imkquick.com. That's imk-quick.com. Just search K Quick on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you on YouTube. you
Hmm.
know Google me.
Yes.
anywhere
Google,
anywhere
Google it.
you yeah, anywhere you decide to find your music or so on and so forth, that's where you can find me. So yes, indeed.
Thank you so much. And then, of course, I have a bonus, if you don't mind.
I do not mind.
Okay.
Allow me.
Give give us a cheat code of life. Leave us with a cheat code of life.
Cheat code of life.
Hmm.
A cheat code of life. Okay. Just know you cannot have darkness without light. A shadow is created from light. So you may be whatever darkness you're going through, whatever trial or tribulation you're going through, just know the light is very close.
Hmm.
The other side is very, very close. That represents that just represents part of your trail. That's part of your path you gotta follow. Just keep walking and get to the other side. The light is right in front of you. It's gonna be now. I know from experience, sometimes you fester in that shadow. Sometimes it'll trick you, because depending on the object that is in front of you or but that you're standing adjacent to, that shadow can be pretty big. That shade can be pretty big, and it'll give you an illusion of something that's never ending, or but there's an ending to a shadow because the light is going to follow you.
Hmm.
So just know, whatever shadow you in, keep walking. You are right there to that light, because once you keep walking, you're going to find the end of that shadow. And once you get to the end of that shadow, you're going to see the reason why you were there. That
Hmm.
that reason is the light.
Well, thank you, my brother in rap, K Quick. He dropped his information. Please look into him, look him up, follow him on all social media platforms at the Real Quick or Real
Hmm.
K Quick. But thank you so much. We will be talking outside of this. But thank you for being my first of 21 questions with the Culture Club. And I thank you so much. You have a great night.
You as well. And just know, everything we do is for the culture.
Always for the culture. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah. Good night.